It's time for business news with Richard Southern, back from his holiday break. Hey, Richard, good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy New Year, Erica.
Happy New Year. I'm good. All right, let's get right into it. Businesses have been asked to endure a lot during this pandemic, and now it's about to happen once again.
Tough times coming up yet again, indeed, Erica. Midnight tonight, those new restrictions go into place, right? That'll see retail go to 50%, restaurants closing to indoor dining. Yeah, it's another blow to businesses here in Ontario. There is some financial help on the table already for the province for those businesses in the way of rebates. There's an energy cost rebate and a property tax rebate that they can get. So businesses that will be forced to operate at 50% capacity come midnight tonight, they can get a 50% rebate on property tax and energy. Businesses that have to close get a 100% rebate. That's money at a later date, right? It's not money that they need to stay afloat right now. There could be more help on the way, though. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business tells me it's spoken to the Ministry of Finance and it understands that a more substantial grant program is on the way.
We're hearing that something in the grant area is being worked on, and that's very encouraging. We haven't had a meaningful support grant provincially in Ontario since April 7th. As a reminder, we were locked down for a third time on April 8th. So that sort of funding would be deeply appreciated, but it's got to come quickly, and it's got to have broad eligibility to make sure as many businesses as possible that are impacted by this most recent round of restrictions and lockdowns do have access to it.
The CFIB says 18.5% of its member businesses were already considering bankruptcy even before Omicron hit, and the average COVID-related debt that Ontario businesses are carrying is $190K. Unfortunately, sometimes on the way, but maybe some more help as well from Queen's Park, Erica.
All right, a new program is in effect, and it encourages us to spend our vacation dollars a little closer to home, Richard.
Yeah, which, if you're going to take any trip right now, it's going to be close to home, I would think, Erica. And yes, the staycation tax credit is now going into place here in Ontario. This was first announced back in the fall economic statement in November. Here's how it works. If you book a hotel or a motel or a bed and breakfast or even a cottage or campground here in Ontario at any point this year for leisure purposes, Erica, you can get a tax rebate of 20% on that. So for an individual, it's up to $1,000. So let's say you were to spend a full $1,000 on an accommodation, you get a $200 credit on that. Of course, the idea is to encourage more people to spend money in Ontario to help out what's been another beaten up sector, the hospitality sector. So we'll see if that'll help out the local hotels and even the campgrounds in the coming months.
All right, and finally, those still hanging on to their old BlackBerry, I remember my old one, BlackBerry phones are going to need an upgrade.
Were you as bad as me with the belt holster for the BlackBerry? Or?
No, I didn't use the belt holster because it was kind of clunky. I couldn't really do it, so I just kind of kept it in my bag. Yeah.
Didn't go that far.
No.
Yeah, no, they were quite something back in the day with the trackballs and the email, and it was, quite.
Yeah.
Journalists like ourselves had them, politicians had them. Even Barack Obama, famously couldn't give up his BlackBerry when he was elected U.S. president. Anyway, those old BlackBerries, they're not going to work as of tomorrow. It is the end of the old BlackBerries. The company says any devices that run its own operating system, like the BB10s, they're not going to work come tomorrow. This does not affect, though, the newer BlackBerries that run on the Android operating system. But apparently there's more than a few people that have clung on to those old BlackBerries, including, reportedly, Premier Doug Ford. Reports said that he loves the old trackball devices, so he's probably going to have to change here.
Okay, thanks, Richard, for that report. That's Business Editor Richard Sutter.
Thank you.